There are many stories in sports where the path to the championship was full of drama and endless obstacles. But this story is truly special, from a loader to a top fighter of the best MMA promotion and a championship fight. Shavkat Rakhmonov is the pride of Kazakhstan, an undefeated UFC fighter who destroys everyone in his path. Any fight of Nomad is a guarantee of a spectacle and a finish. Numerous fans eagerly await his entry into the octagon, and commentator Laura Sanko's heartbeat quickens at the sight of him. But is Shavkat as invulnerable as he seems? I will tell you that in his career there were fights when he was on the verge of losing and even got knocked down. However, this guy is not so easy to break. He has a real champion spirit and he never gives up. So where did he get his fantastic fighting skills? Let's study the Nomad phenomenon and his incredible path to the belt. Watch the video until the end and you will learn many interesting things. Shavkat Rakhmonov is Kazakh by nationality but was born in Uzbekistan. In his youth, he worked as a simple loader, but dreams of a championship belt made him train hard and go towards his goal, even when no one believed in him. By his example, he proved that anyone can achieve success, even those who were born and raised in difficult conditions. As a child, Shavkat showed a craving for competition. He played various sports from football to boxing, but even then he only liked to win. The future fighter, according to him, was raised on the street, so he often fought and was not afraid to fight back against older guys. After watching the fights of Fedor Emelianenko and Mirko Filipovic, Shavkat decided to follow in their footsteps. But on the way to success, he had many trials. So at 16, the guy's family moved to Kazakhstan. However, not everything went smoothly and easily. At the same time, he began to practice combat, sambo, boxing and wrestling. Sometimes the guy was so tired at work that he could barely stand on his feet, but he still gathered his will into a fist and went to training. In his heart, Shavkat cherished the dream of becoming a champion, although few believed in his success. Rakhmonov does not advertise his personal life. He noted that he does not take family members to fights since it distracts him too much. In his free time, he himself likes to walk, ride a bike and play with children. Once, the athlete admitted that he had been distributing his strength inappropriately and does not advise anyone to do the same. There were times when he would jog at minus 30 degrees. Nomad explains such madness simply. He wanted to become better and did not think about taking care of his health. I'm simply amazed by Shavkat's story. He knew then that he would become a world star. Guys, please share your opinions in the comments. I will definitely read everything and answer everyone. In 2013, Rakhmonov got his first professional coach who took the talented young man under his wing. After this meeting, Shavkat began to progress by leaps and bounds. The Kazakhstani fighter had his first professional MMA fight at the M1 Challenge 52 tournament in 2014. Then Shavkat defeated Adam Tsurov by submission. From 2014 to 2019, Shavkat scored a series of 12 early victories in a row. Only Faridun Odilov lasted more than 2 rounds with Rakhmonov and even knocked the Kazakhstani down. However, this did not help Odilov, and 2 minutes before the end of the fight, Shavkat knocked out his opponent. A series of 12 finishes in a row impressed UFC matchmakers, so the best league in the world offered Rakhmonov a contract, but Shavkat's debut in Dana White's promotion was postponed 3 times due to the pandemic. In 2020, Shavkat made his debut at the numbered UFC 254 tournament. Then, in the main fight of the evening, Khabib Nurmagomedov choked Justin Gaethje and Shavkat submitted Alex Oliveira in the first round. In the next 3 fights, Rakhmonov easily finished his opponents. Michel Prazeres, Carlson Harris, and Neil Magny were unable to resist the rising star. This allowed Shavkat to break into the welterweight rankings and make people talk about him. At the same time, he still maintained a modest demeanor and limited himself to challenging new opponents after victories. However, few people want to take a fight with a dangerous newcomer who had 100% finishes in his career. Then UFC analyst and commentator Laura Sanka drew attention to the promising Kazakhstani athlete. The girl admitted that she gets goosebumps when she sees Shavkat and called his 16-0 record sexy. In 2023, Shavkat entered his toughest fight in the promotion at UFC 285. Rakhmonov fought Jeff Neal and got a chance to gain a foothold in the top 10. The American with a technical stance and fast hands seriously loaded the Kazakh athlete until he was exhausted by the 3rd round. Shavkat tasted blood and brutally choked Neal from a standing position at the end of the fight. That same year, Shavkat fought Stephen Thompson at the UFC 296 tournament. An experienced striker with an awkward style but weak wrestling could cause problems for Shavkat. In the first round, Stephen really did not allow anyone to get close to him, and Shavkat did not take risks. The audience began to resent and demand a spectacle. In the second round, the relentless Rakhmonov got to Thompson, took him down and choked him. Another bright finish from the Kazakhstani Terminator. The result of this fight made Rakhmonov the promotion's record holder for the number of unbeaten fights, and he entered the top 3 welterweight rankings. 6 finishes in the UFC is a strong argument for a title fight. I think you watched all the fights with Shavkat. Did he deserve a title fight? Please do not forget to share your opinion in the comments. It will be very interesting for me and others to read. In July 2024, the UFC welterweight champion changed. Belal Muhammad unexpectedly won against Leon Edwards by decision and took the belt. The newly minted king said that he was ready to defend the title against anyone, and Shavkat volunteered to join him, and as we know, Belal refused. But already at the end of September of the same year, Muhammad declared his readiness to fight Nomad. On the 12th of October, the UFC officially announced the title fight between Belal and Shavkat at their 310 tournament in December. However, Rakhmonov was unable to bring the belt to Kazakhstan in 2024 as the champion dropped out of the fight due to injury. UFC matchmakers offered Shavkat to fight another undefeated fighter, Ian Garry, and he agreed. However, Ian turned out to be a tough nut to crack, despite the fact that everyone thought it would be an easy fight for Nomad. Garry even had a moment when he could have strangled Shavkat on the ground, but our hero did not give up and finished the fight with an unanimous decision victory. This fight was the first for Shavkat, who went to the full distance. By the way, guys, my channel has already released videos with detailed analysis and prediction for the fight between Shavkat and Belal and Ian. You can watch them here in the tips or in the description under the video. Don't miss them. There's a lot of useful information there. Shavkat is equally good both in stand and on the ground. It is not surprising that he's victorious, but knockouts and submissions are divided neatly equally. Rakhmonov is very strong physically, his endurance is practically endless, and his fighting intelligence is at the level of the promotion superstars. Nomad's character and discipline are also in full order. He's cold-blooded and carefully prepares for each fight. If Shavkat lacks anything, it is only experience in fights with top opponents, which is quite fixable. Right now, Rakhmonov is already a full-fledged star of the promotion that fully compensates for his modesty at press conferences with his actions in the octagon. Shavkat is ready to fight anyone and anytime. Despite the fact that Shavkat grew up in another country, patriotism is very strong on him. He sings the anthem of Kazakhstan before each training session and comes out to public events of the fight week in a traditional headdress. And Rakhmonov also loves Kazakh cuisine. This is largely why he does not want to live in the USA, although he trains there constantly in the Kill Cliff gym. Right now, Rakhmonov is very close to a title chance. Ahead of him is only Belal Muhammad, whom they will meet in May or June at UFC 315. Rakhmonov works effectively both in the stand and on the ground, always focused on the finish at any cost, which is what the UFC likes. The ability to adapt to any opponent and impose an uncomfortable tactic on him is an extremely important skill for Kazakhstani. Modest Rakhmonov is slowly rising to the top, but Nomad will definitely get there and will become the first UFC champion from Kazakhstan. There is no doubt about it. Go champion! Stay safe, stay tuned. Number